Welcome everybody today to another episode of By the Blocks BlockCast. My name is Krystal. I am super excited. I say that every single episode, but I am very excited to have my wonderful friend Desi with me on here. Desi and I met actually in Somos el Cambio, which is a nonprofit organization through IG that is just centered on, helping Puerto Rico, giving back, reconnecting the diaspora. She's been helping me on so many of my projects, my initiatives, and Desi has an amazing story about living in both worlds and actually having that unique perspective. So I'm so excited to have you here. How's it going?
Everything's great. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So let's have the audience get to know you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Des, where you grew up, kind of your background, and let's get into it.
Okay, well, I'm Desiree. I'm from Jersey. I grew up most of my life in Patterson. I moved around a lot from Patterson to East Orange, but in Jersey. What really drew me to go to PR was when I was about 6 years old. We went for like a little family thing. And ever since then, I was just like, I told my mom, I said, I'm going to move there by any means necessary. And I made that happen last year for a short time, but definitely planning on going back.
Love that. I love that. So did you grow up going to the island and feeling connected to the island and having family on the island?
No, I actually didn't grow up going there. So we went once for my grandfather's funeral when I was 6. Then we just never went back again. And then one year, I honestly just went to my mom. I said, I'm going to go to PR with or without you. So you either come or you don't come. And then she got on it. We went, I believe it was 2022. We went 2022 for a week. I got to see all my great aunts and uncles. I saw my cousins. We tried to explore the island a little bit, but we mainly stayed in Gurabo, which is 30 minutes from San Juan. 2023 with my best friend. I said, no, you got to come with me. We're going. You got to see my island. You're coming. We went. And then last year I moved for about 6, 7 months.
That's so brave.
hmm
Were you nervous?
I wasn't nervous till the night before because I made it. It was like a whim decision. I woke up on my birthday last year and I was like, oh, I'm moving to PR. And I just bought my flight. Like, it was just like that. So I gave myself about 6 months to prepare. Then I ended up going. I was super excited. Then the night before, I just started crying and I went to my mom. I was like, I'm going to miss you.
Of course.
But it was a beautiful experience. Don't regret
Yeah.
it at all.
Okay. So let's take it a little bit back and tell me, what was it about those trips to Puerto Rico that really like got your wheels spinning? What do you think made the biggest impact on you deciding to make this drastic move?
It was really just two things. Like, even though Jersey's my home, I've been here for like 25 years of my life. When I went there, it was a different sense of home. Like, I just felt like I was where I needed to be. And on the other hand of that is I got to know my great uncle. And like every time I went there, the 2 times I went there, I stayed with him and like he would show me around. He would show me his favorite food spots where the locals hang out. And I was like, I love this. And I was always more at peace there.
Yes, yes. A lot of people I talk to, including myself, when I went, I don't know, it's almost like this ancestral spiritual feeling that you get. I always say when you like haven't really been there and then you go and all of a sudden it's like, I belong here.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's that feeling in your gut, like these are my people. Oh my God. It's everything I think we enjoy here in the
Mhm.
diaspora, but times 10 over there. Right. So
Yeah.
it's the food, the people. I think what you said is important about the connection that you had with your great uncle, it
My
was.
great uncle, yes.
Yeah, because, I'm a big preacher of this, but I always say get involved with community, get involved with the locals. We need the locals over there to show us the real Puerto Rico,
Mhm.
and to help us really learn and thrive over there, how to operate, how to move, how to get things done. So I'm sure that was a great connection for you.
It was a great experience. Like, one thing I noticed off the bat when I got there, there's more of a sense of community over there, which I really loved. Like,
Yeah.
of course, I decided to go, like, in the middle of hurricane season. The first hurricane that we were supposed to have, like, so I don't know if you remember COVID, where everybody was just taking things for themselves, like, and we had to put a limit on
Mhm.
everything. Over there, it's like, no, everybody helped each other out. Listen, I'm gonna take this. I remember my uncle and 2 other guys were at Costco and like they helped the ladies first, then they helped the elderly, like, here, you're gonna take this, you're gonna take this amount. How many people do you have in your household? And I really adored that because you don't see that over here. You don't.
No. that sense of community. I think what we grew up with, because I feel like we grew up with our cousins and we grew up, in that sort of time where, you took care of women and children first. And then the world has just changed so much, like you said, especially
Mhm.
even after COVID, that to go back there and to see people helping and, putting others before them. And it's, if I have something to eat, let me help you with something to eat. And if I have lights in my house, come charge your stuff over here. I think that we miss that in the diaspora. And when we
Mhm.
go back and we see it, it's like, I want that again.
I do. It's
Yeah. So talk to me about, let's switch to your experience of actually being on the island. So you
my
get there, you're like, I made this move. What was your first night or your first week like there? Like your initial experience?
so my first week, let's go with first night. First night, I'm used to like Patterson and East Orange are more urban areas, so, like, you hear a bunch of noise everywhere constantly. It was not that. All I heard were the coquis, and I was like, "This is so peaceful." First night, we just went to the pool, chilled. Me and my uncle have about a 50, 60-year age gap, so we were catching up, seeing what we have in common for real. But the first week, honestly, it was pretty chill. He showed me around. My family's originally from San German. So that first week, we would take the 2-hour trip. I think we took it like 3 times. First time, he took me to my great aunt's house. I saw her, I saw my cousins' kids. He took me to this little panaderia, showed me where they get the best bread in the area. I got to know my cousins from Caguas. They took me to the beach. They took me to some of the local restaurants. So I got to know like a lot of different things over there.
Nice, nice. So what would you say your biggest surprise was, or some of the surprises that you encountered? It doesn't have to be just one when you did move here.
It wasn't really a surprise, but, like, still kind of like a little shock factor how nice everybody over there is. Like, they don't know you, but they'll still treat you like your family. Like, there was this one guy, because I don't speak a lot of Spanish, I'm still trying to teach myself, and I remember at the gas station by my uncle's house, like, this guy heard me trying to speak Spanish, and he kinda laughed at me, and I was like, "What?" He was like, "I'm trying to learn English, so we're gonna be friends. You're gonna speak to me in Spanish, and I'm gonna speak to you in English." So I would make sure I
Period.
went to the gas station like 2, 3 times a week just to talk to him and try and get something down.
That's amazing. Do you feel like you not speaking Spanish was, or speaking it well, was a challenge when you got there?
It was, because they speak so fast, and where I live now, everybody's Colombian, so them speaking fast and then trying to have to, like, interpret the different slangs, because I know more Colombian slang than I do Puerto Rican slang, and then the
Yes.
accents too, like, my cousins would laugh at me because I just sit there dumbfounded. Because I'm trying to keep up, trying to figure out what they're saying, but, like, they really did push me to at least understand it, and they still do today.
No, that's so funny you say that because on my last trip there, when I took my kids, we went
Mhm.
to Chili's or whatever. And so I'm ordering in Spanish. And the girl there, she laughs and she goes, "What are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Puerto Rican." And she's like, "Oh, you talk like a Dominican." But it was so funny to me because I'm like, yeah, I probably do. Because in New York, like I did learn a lot of my Spanish from Dominicans.
Mhm.
So I totally, totally get that. Were there any other challenges, or what do you think was your biggest challenge when you moved there?
I don't think I really faced a lot of challenges, mainly because I was always with family. So it's like if I had a problem, they're like, "Oh no, we're fixing it right now. We're doing this. This is how you do this. This is how you say this." But it's really just the Spanish part. Like I remember I went to churches once and she was like, "I can tell you're learning Spanish, but at least you have the accent down." She was like, "Just keep trying. Just keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself." I was like, "Thank you. I needed that little motivation."
Yeah, I feel like if you just genuinely try, they actually love that. Like they think it's
Mhm.
funny, which I think it's hilarious too, but they so appreciate that, especially when you're Puerto Rican and you're actually
Yeah.
trying. And that's why I tell people, just say it, just say the words. Who cares if the
Mhm.
tense is wrong or the word is wrong? Because they'll help you. They'll correct you and not in like a mean. Did you experience anybody who was kind of hating on you or saying, treating you like an outsider or anything like that?
Family member's mother, yes. He passed away when I was 6. So he made sure my oldest cousin knew Spanish because him and my grandmother born and raised in PR, then they moved here. Remember, we were watching a boxing match and this lady comes up. She's like, "Do you know Spanish?" And I'm like, "No, but, at this point, I understand it really well." And she goes in Spanish, "Oh, she's a gringa." Miguel would know. And I looked at her, I said, "I understand you. Like, you don't have to do all that. It's a different thing."
Yeah. I think we always understand before we speak,
Mhm.
plus it's that confidence factor, but I'm glad you didn't experience a lot of that. I, rarely have experienced, to be honest, if ever, somebody being like rude to me like that. So I tell people don't think that that's all you're going to get when you go over there. I'm not going to say you're never going to get it, but I think it's the exception and not the norm, you know? So, what were some of the highlights of you living there, or what was the best part about it that you loved?
Honestly, the big back in me wants to say the food. I love churches, like, every weekend from Gurabo to San German, and I'd be like, "We're stopping at churches on the way there." Then we go to Walmart just for Gabby's Mini Donuts. I don't know if you ever had it. Go to Walmart, and every Walmart has a Gabby's Mini Donut stand, and they make fresh donuts all day, and they have this coquito milkshake that is so good. So it's like ice cream, then the donuts, then coquito ice cream, and then whipped cream on top.
That's big back, but it
That's
sounds
very
amazing.
big back. It was very big back, but I loved it. Just experiencing, like, the culture, like, yeah, my family's Puerto Rican, but we're also very mixed. Like, my dad is Black, my sister's family is Jamaican.
Mm,
My cousins are German and Irish, so it's like we have such a mix of different cultures. We didn't just experience the Puerto Rican culture. It honestly got pretty watered down, very Americanized. So, like, going over there and experiencing the culture, experiencing a Christmas over there and seeing the barandas, that
oh,
had
yeah,
been the highlight. Yes,
that's on my bucket list. I need a Christmas.
definitely do it. It was so fun.
Do you think as a person, like personally, did it change you? Did it change the way that you see Puerto Rico and kind of the things that are going on there?
Definitely changed me. Like, I've always been an appreciative person, but it made me more appreciative because although I love Puerto Rico, they have their struggles with Luma, not having power. If your power's off, your water's off, seeing people have to buy gallons of water or fill their pots up the day before a hurricane just to have clean stuff to wash your body with, wash your clothes, brush your teeth. Like, that made me more appreciative of what I have here, regardless of what's going on. I know they have more challenges than I do. So, in that aspect, yes, it did change me a little bit.
Got it. Got it. For sure. I can see that. So when you had to come back, because you
Mhm.
did come back, right? After how many months?
About 6 months, 7 months, something
Okay.
along those lines.
Were you sad?
Yeah, I came in the dead of winter. I came right after New Year's. I came back January 1st, and as soon as we got to Newark Airport, I was like, "Why did I come back? Why did I come back?" Like, I missed my family, yes, but, like, now I'm itching to, like, just push myself to get to where I need financially and then become fluent in Spanish. That way I can go over there and get a job. Because that was another struggle I had was, like, finding a job. You're not gonna find a job if you speak English because even one of my cousin's boyfriends, she was like, "We moved here from Connecticut 5 years ago." And he just got a part-time job.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
unless you're well connected, it's hard to find a job out there.
Right. Right. Did you wind up finding a job?
No, my uncle was like, "Don't worry about it, I got you." And I was like, "But no, I want a job."
I need to work.
Yes, I've been working since I was 18, so, like, that was, like, a big thing for me, not working for 6 months. I did not myself. I would end up just walking for hours, getting to know the area. I would go to the gym with him and just tag
Right.
along with whatever he had going on.
Yeah, I tell a lot of people you do need the Spanish and it will definitely give you that advantage. Or you've just really got to plan it to where you have a remote job or you've built that connection before with somebody who can plug you in with something. I mean, there's always jobs in the tourism part of Puerto Rico for
Yeah,
English speakers. But, as we know, they're not the jobs that pay the most, unfortunately,
exactly.
even though they should, because they put up with a lot.
Mhm,
But, I think that's important when we talk about, like, planning, now that you've gone, you've experienced it, now
mhm.
coming back, is it your dream to go back and live there again? A little bit more permanent, you think?
Well, yes, I already have a plan in place. I'm moving there by 2035. So I
Yeah?
wanna do it within the next 5 years, but Imma give myself that extra 5 years because you never know what obstacles are gonna come around.
Mhm.
But definitely permanently over there. I'm trying to get my uncle to let me get my great-grandmother's house. That way I told him I'll fix it up. I'll do the flooring, the electrical, like, because I have a cousin who does electric stuff. I have cousins who build houses. So it's like, I will pay
Okay.
you guys to let me have the house. Just give me
Yeah.
some time.
Just remember to get the deed as we are learning with inheritance laws. You want to make that so it buttons up because then you don't want to be dealing with those issues. But that's exciting. So if someone was like, Des, I want to go move to Puerto Rico, what would be the advice that you would give them?
I would definitely tell you, number 1, make sure you have a job. Make sure you have a job, especially, like, if you're you're the type of person who likes to go out, and I'm not saying just clubbing, like, just do a bunch of extracurriculars. Make sure you have the job because prices are going up over there, you know? They have more taxes on everything than we do. I believe they have about 3 more taxes just spending on groceries, on clothes, so it's like,
Right.
just make sure you have a job. I feel like that's the one thing I would say. Respect the culture, respect the locals' wishes. Don't go over there expecting it to be how it is where you're from because it's completely different. And if you go there expecting that, you're gonna be disappointed.
100%. I love that. I love that you say that because I'm always preaching any move to Puerto Rico starts with that mindset, that shift of your expectations. And, everything is so convenient. Everything is so easy here. Many things are updated, but over there, they're not. And in some ways, it's a bad thing. They are very far behind in some of those things. But I think in other ways, it forces you to slow down, really appreciate your time and what is really important, maybe what's not so important. Maybe we're just very spoiled being over here and our expectations are not realistic. I love
Yeah,
that you said that. And definitely, like you said, respect the locals. I think there's a tendency to take the locals on the island and that Puerto Rican culture versus the culture in the diaspora and say one is better than the other, or one is more, the diaspora is watered down. It's not really Puerto Rican, but I like to think of it as just like Puerto Rican 2.0. It's the diaspora's experience is just different. It's not that it's right or wrong or better or less. It's just different. We don't only just rep flags here, but we follow traditions. We cook the same meals. We listen to the same music. We celebrate all of the holidays hardcore, and we have our
definitely.
staples and we include, a lot of things that they have over there. So I think we're much more alike than different. And we just have to find that common ground.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, any last words for our listeners, our viewers out there? Anything you just want to touch on or say, encourage? The floor is yours.
I just want to say if you plan on moving to Puerto Rico, if you want to get in touch with your culture, definitely do it. Definitely, definitely do it. It was a five-star experience, honestly. Even with the little obstacles that I did have and whatever I had going on, best experience. It forced me to slow down. One thing they said when I got over there was like, we can tell you're from Jersey or New York because you're always in a rush to do something. Learn
Oh,
how to sit
okay.
down and take a breath. Yes, if you're looking for a slower paced life, if you wanna get in touch with the culture, if you just wanna move over there, number 1, respect the locals. I 100% support it. Figure out where you wanna go, what's over there, which city fits your lifestyle best, what side of the island fits your lifestyle best, because that's a big factor in it too. But yeah.
Yes. And that's what we do at By the Block PR. We do consultations. I tell people I'm not a realtor, but what I do is help you flesh out your dreams. Maybe things you didn't think about in moving there, you haven't considered, and like you said, the location. That's huge when people
Yes.
move over there. I think a lot of times they move to the wrong location thinking it's going to be one thing when it's something
Mhm.
totally different, or they have these expectations of living that city lifestyle. But unless you're going to be in the metro area, those
Right.
conveniences are not always there. So then you're going to be disappointed by it. That's exactly what we do here. We educate, we help inspire dreams, and we tell stories like yours. So thank you so, 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 so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. I have so much love for you. And I
Mhm.
can't wait for your next journey.
I can't wait either, and thank you for having me. I've been so excited about this. I've been talking about it at work all week. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be on a podcast by the blog." Been telling everybody.
Thank you so much, Des. Have an amazing night. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll continue to share more stories like this. If you have a story about living in Puerto Rico for an extended amount of time or relocating completely, please reach out because we want to feature these stories. There's so much negativity out there around Puerto Rico and the experience of living there and moving there, but there are so many positive experiences as well. And I feel like we need to continue to share those.